Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad that you could join us today. Welcome back to another one of our painting shows. And while you're here, I'd like to extend a personal invitation for you to paint along with us today. I'm going to have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us today. And while they're doing that, I'm going to show you what I got going on here. So here I have a pre-sketched double prime canvas, and I've just coated it with a thin coat of liquid white. And that liquid white ensures that all the colors will run smoothly across the canvas, and that'll help speed up the painting process. So I'm just going to start out with a little bit of phthalo blue. And phthalo blue is a warm blue. And since it's so powerful, just put a little bit on that brush. You're just going to tap it, just to ensure a nice thin layer of paint on the brush. We're going to go up to the canvas right over here, and we're just going to use X strokes, and we're just going to lay in a nice blue sky. And feel free to leave little spots of white. Doesn't have to be perfect. No sky is perfect. Remember, this is your painting. So just let the brush dance around the canvas. And paint in a nice, happy blue sky. And while we have that blue on the brush, we're just going to put in a little bit of water in this painting. And water is a very easy thing to add into a painting. All you're going to do is take the brush and pull it inwards. See, instantly, we have the makings of some water. Of course, if you don't have enough on your brush, just give it a little tap. And water is always level. So you're just going to pull in straight across, like so. And you're going to naturally want to leave a little spot of light in the middle where the light reflects across the water. It's already looking like a fine painting. Now, without even blending the brush, we're going to go into a little alizarin crimson. And alizarin crimson isn't as powerful as the blue, so be careful. You don't want the blue to eat up all of the crimson. And we're just going to add a little bit of a pink into the sky. And remember, it's okay to have little imperfections in your painting, because every painting is different. It all comes from you, and that's what's special about it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to another color. We're going to move into a little bit of some Prussian blue. Now, Prussian blue is many times darker than the phthalo blue. That Prussian blue will just take out all the color from the other blue. So you're just going to use a little bit of Prussian blue, and we're just going to go up into the corners and darken those. And what this will do is this will draw the eye closer to the middle of the painting. Alright, and now what we're going to do is my favorite part of this whole painting experience, and that is cleaning the brush. So we're just gonna dip this paintbrush into odorless paint thinner. And the reason we use odorless paint thinner is because we don't want to stink up the whole area. So that is why we use odorless paint thinner. Now we're just gonna dip it into the trash can and just beat the devil at it. All right. Now that we got that squared away, I think we're gonna add some clouds into this painting. So we're just gonna take a little fan brush and we're gonna dip that into some titanium white. And clouds are very fun to make, and I'll show you why in a second. So you're just gonna wanna cover that with a nice coat of paint. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our brush and we're gonna go up here and we're just gonna make little swirls. And just let that brush have fun. Just let it dance around the canvas. No clouds are the same, so just give them their own little touch. And just let the fan brush do the job. If you want to have a little stringer cloud, just plop that right in there. And to make these clouds stand out a little bit more, what we're going to do is we're just going to fluff it. Very gentle. You don't want to lose all of the puff from your clouds, just a little swirl. And then we're just going to whoosh, 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 whoosh. That'll give it that nice cloud feel. So you're just going to want to pull across. Don't pull across too much or you might lose the cloud completely. But just by pulling across, we make it a nice, faded cloud. And that's how clouds really are. They just kind of float around in the sky. Now that we have that squared away, we're going to move down in this area. And I think what I want is a nice mountain. I feel like we could add a big mountain up in the sky right here. We're going to take some of our alizarin crimson and some of our black, and we're going to blend those colors together. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to cut across. And that'll give you a nice roll of paint on the end of your brush. And we're going to come up here and you're going to basically lay the formation of your mountain. So just kind of press it upon the canvas. And you're going to want to press very hard because the mountains, you're going to want those deep into the canvas. So just push hard when you're doing this part. And there isn't any special way to do the mountains. Just put it in. Again, this is your world and you do what you like in your world. All these paintings come from the heart. All you need is a time of day and a time of year and you can create some amazing paintings on this canvas. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our cleaned 2-inch brush and we're just going to pull downwards. And you can even dip it into some of that same color and pull it down. And now we have a pretty good mountain right there. So now here comes the fun part. Ooh. Wait till you'll see this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get some of our titanium white and we're just gonna lay on some nice snowy mountains. I used to live in Antarctica, and so we got all these snowy days. So this inspired me to create some amazing mountains with snow on them. So once you have the white on your paint, the titanium white, you're just gonna set it down and you're gonna gently pull it down. And that'll create the little breaks and cracks that you need for a mountain. So you're just gonna put it on and whoosh, whoosh. See that? Just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Just very fast, just it's looking pretty good. Okay, and now here is the danger test, alright? So we're going to take some of that phthalo blue and we're going to mix that with some of that titanium white and we're going to create a nice shadow color. Because mountains have shadows. Anywhere from where the sun points, there's going to be a shadow. It's going to cast a darker area in the little deep crevices of the mountain. So now once you've mixed that titanium white and that phthalo blue, you're just going to cut it across and you're going to put it inside the little black pieces. So we're just going to whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. See, instantly we have a shadow. We're just going to do that again. And you can really place these anywhere you like, and this will basically make the formation of your mountain. So anywhere you want there to be a darker area, just put in a little blue and titanium white. And just have fun with it. I hear so often people saying that you need to go to school forever to be able to paint. That's just not true. All you need is a vision in your mind and the passion in your heart, and you too can be a painter. And hey, if you couldn't join us this time, come on next time. Bring your painting brushes and we can show you how to create some of nature's finest masterpieces right on the canvas. Okay, say it's looking pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our little fan brush once again and we're going to clean this one off. Now the fan brush isn't nearly as fun to clean. Just going to dip it into the paint thinner. Make sure you get all of that paint off. Just going to hit it into the bucket. And we're going to wipe that bad boy off. I guess it is pretty fun. Now we're going to take our fan brush and we're going to dip that into some black and also some green. And that'll create a dark green color. Since it's really far in the distance, you don't want a lot of texture. It's very far, very far. So all you're going to do is you're going to make little downstrokes. Don't be afraid to dip it into some more paint. all you have to do is just plop in a nice little line of trees. And no tree is the same height, so you're going to want to make the trees different sizes. Now, for the longest time, reflections were the hardest thing to make in paintings. But with this technique, all you have to do, bring the paintbrush down, and just bring it across. And instantly, we have nice reflections in the water. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little water line. Just a little water line, just to make the edge of the trees stand out. And there we go. Instantly, it makes the depth look so much better. All right. Now, let's see. What are we going to have in this painting? Okay, next, I think we're going to go into some brown. You're just going to tap the brush. And then we're just going to simply plop in a little landform. Just makes its way down. Just push into the canvas. We're not worried about color too much just yet, because this is just the base color. Just for all the shadows, the nice shadows that are going to be in the painting. Add that layer of brown. Just like yet. When we have that done, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our fan brush again, and we're just going to plop in a little tree. And this is the bravery test. Now just get your fan brush, put it into some black and some green again, and we're just going to have a tree come down like this. Just like that. Okay. All right. Now here comes the fun part. Now we're gonna take a little green again, and we're gonna make the tree. You're just gonna start up here, like with little Z strokes. And you're just gonna now we just have a happy little tree standing right here. Isn't he cute? Alright. Now we're not done yet. This tree needs a little bit of highlights, so Now we're going to move into some yellow ochre mixed with some green to create a light green. And then we're just going to go up in here to this tree. We're just going to add some highlights. Or at least try to add some highlights. And if it doesn't work out, that's fine, because you all know we don't make mistakes, only happy accidents. We're going to take some cadmium yellow and we're just going to mix that with some of the green to make a very light green. Very light green. And with this, we're going to lay the makings of some nice little grassies. So here we go. Just pop that in. And just push and pull, just like that. It'll create the nice texture of grass, because no grass is perfectly flat. And there we have our nice grassy area. And once we have that, all we have is one more step. We're just going to create some happy little bushes in here. So get some of your alizarin crimson. I actually just got a lot of it, but that's fine. And then dip that into some of your yellow. And we're just going to create some little bushies. That in. And now what we're going to do, we're just going to get some of our yellow, and we're just going to plop some of that on there. Alright, I think we have one more tree that we can fit in here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring a little tree down here. And there's your tree. And then we're just going to throw in a little tree. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, I'd say that painting's about done. So now what we're going to do is best part of the painting. You're just going to take a little script liner pen and you're going to dip that into some alizarin crimson, and you're just going to come down here and you're going to sign your painting right here. And that is a finished painting. Thank you for coming down here today, and I'll see you next time.